Welcome everyone to the start of my series DIY December. All month long, I am going to be dropping tutorials to show you exactly how you can go about DIYing in budget-friendly ways. For day one, we are going to be working on printing guides. Creating these for yourself is going to help you save so much money in the long run because you're going to be making the most out of your 8.5 by 11 cardstock paper. So let's jump right over to Canva and get this going. I am going to be printing onto 8.5 by 11 cardstock paper, so that is what I'm going to input into my sizing here. If you have a different size, make sure you put in your correct width and height. Once your blank canvas has opened up for you, we need to start creating our guides. Essentially, all this is slight outlines, so it's going to help you when you go to print this out so you know exactly where to cut. So in our left toolbar over here, we want to go to the Elements tab and we want to type in rectangle. And I'm going to grab this first square option under Shapes. As soon as you click on it, it should drop right into your canvas for you, and we need to play with the toggles a little bit. So going up to the top toolbar, I want to change the color out to no fill. And then the stroke icon next to it, I want to click on that and I want to change the weight to probably about 0.5. It doesn't need to be anything bold, just something visible, so when it prints out, I am able to see it and know exactly where I'm going to cut. And I'm going to leave mine on black, but you could change it to gray or whatever you prefer. Now make sure your square is still selected and click that position button in the top toolbar, and now we need to change our advanced settings to make this a rectangle. Whatever the size of your invitation is what you're going to be inputting here. So for mine today, I'm going to be doing a 5 by 7, so that is exactly what I'm dropping in here, and as soon as I hit enter, it changes it for me. One of the great things I love about Canva is it really does help you with centering things up as far as its automatic guides. And as I scroll around, I see I have more room, so I'm going to hit that duplicate button and bring over another rectangle right next to it. Now to make sure both of them are completely centered, I'm going to click and drag over them and just make sure when I slide around that it's going to give me that nice little perfect X. That just reassures me that I am evenly spaced around all of my edges. Now if you're like me and are hoping to make this into an invitation suite, we need to make more pages and different size cards. What I just did is I duplicated that first page we just made and I got rid of one of the rectangles, and with one of them selected, I'm going to change that rectangle sizing. Now based off the pocket invitation I'm going to be using, the width of my first card is going to be 3.5 by 6.8. If you're going to be doing pocket invitations or maybe solo cards, your sizing will probably look a little different, but you could still go along with this based off your sizing. Make sure you hit that unlock icon so you're able to maneuver both the width and the height. When your rectangle adjusted sizing, we're going to do the same thing we did before. We're going to make sure this is centered in the middle of our page before going ahead and duplicating this. If your cards are less than 3.5 in width, you'll be able to fit about 3 of these on a page. For time purposes, I am just going to fast forward this so you could see, but I am just adjusting as I resize and based off how many different kind of cards you're going to make is how many pages you're going to need. Definitely label your pages as you go based off the sizing and what kind of card it is. It'll keep you nice and organized, especially when you go to print and you're trying to figure out how many copies you're going to need. And as you can see by my last side card, which are my small RSVPs, I am able to fit 6 of them on one page. So make sure when you are doing this on your own, you try to maneuver and make sure you use the most out of your paper. Now that I have my printing guides all organized and set up, it is time to bring in my designs. Jumping over to my other Canva project, you'll see my design is all nice and neat here with all of my different option cards. So what I do in order to save these out is I go to that top right button and I click share. Here you want to go down a little bit and click download. You want to make sure in here that you have a PNG selected as your file type and slide that toggle all the way to the right to get the highest resolution. If there's certain pages you want, make sure you select them there, but I'm going to have all of them saved and then I'm just clicking download. As that's downloading, we want to go back and open up our printing guides and then open up the folder that our downloads just went into. I'm just going to start with my main invitation first so I can stay in order with my printing guides. So all I'm really doing is clicking and dragging right into my canvas and it's going to drop my design right in there for me. As you can see, it is not the correct size of my printing guide, so I need to readjust this. The most accurate way to do it is go back up to that top toolbar where we saw the position, and we are going to go ahead and change the sizing right in here. Make sure that lock icon is closed because you want to make sure this does not skew your design in any way, shape, or form. And then I'm just trying to slide my design right over the printing guide that I made myself. And as I told you guys before, those automatic guides that Canva gives you does help with making sure this is centered. And I'm duplicating my design, sliding it over, and doing the same exact thing once again and trying to make sure it is centered with that guide I made myself. Now with that second one still selected, I'm going to hold down shift and click that first design. I'm going to hit that 3-dot icon, go down to layer, and then send to back. If you don't do this, you won't be able to see those printing guides that we made for ourselves prior, so it's just bringing those outlines to the front and sending our design to the back. Now that you've successfully completed one of your 8.5 by 11 sheets with multiple invitations on it, you're going to go ahead and go and do these with the rest of your cards. So repeat that same exact process of bringing in a file into each one of these sheets and duplicating it and then sending them to back. This tutorial is running a bit long. I'm just going to spare you guys the time of watching me do all this, but this is ideally what yours should be looking like. When everything seems all nice and neat and they're placed perfectly in your guides, you want to go back up to the top right and click share. Once again, hit that download button, and then this time around for our file type, we want to go ahead and select PDF best for print. I always find I get the highest quality when printing from home by using this this option. Make sure it has all of your pages selected, and then when you go to color profile, if you do have color, make sure you're selecting CMYK. Just gonna get more of an accurate coloring when it comes to your invitations being printed. And go ahead and load in that good cardstock paper because you are ready to print these out. I definitely recommend using a paper slicer if you don't have one already. I will link the one I have on my LTK. It will allow you to move super quick and also gives you those clean straight lines. And then you're ready to dress up your invitations however you pictured yours looking. That's all I got for you guys today. Make sure you come back for DIY December Day 2.